So going into this show, I had no expectations as I'm not really that familiar with Miss Marvel or specifically the Kamala Khan version of the character. I started picking up the most recent run Beyond the Limit, but I haven't actually dived into them yet leading into the show, and so everything that happened in this episode utterly surprised me. Kamala Khan character is a really charming and endearing one. You can feel her desire to fit in both at school and within her family, as well as within the constructs of society, and the new lens of a female from a Pakistani family. It adds to a very interesting set of familial ties, as well as a whole other side of the culture that hasn't previously been shown extensively in the MCU. Life is extremely stressful, she has all these expectations to live to, but she herself is really just a big daydream. She's someone who spends a lot of the time in her head thinking about future possibilities and things she wants to do, and the most recent thing that she's obsessed with is, well, Captain Marvel. And as much as she looks up to her, it's not someone that her family really understands the connection with. In fact, the whole episode centers around her and her friend Bruno, played by Matt Lintz. We don't talk about him. Trying to get to Avengers Con and make this Captain Marvel costume she has work. They need to discover another flare before the competition, and she really feels she has the best costume to play, and it's in that aspect of the story where her powers start to get revealed. I'm not going to dive too far into it, as emotional moments leading up to it really are a big drive for the episode. There's some enticingly stylized camera work throughout the episode from the opening start. That scene of her waking up in bed and they flash to her daydreaming outside the windows, and you see her drawings coming to life as she narrates what it's like in her life and where her dreams stand. She's a really captivating character, and I think encapsulating that child superhero part of the MCU even better than Spider-Man Homecoming did. Think about the Peter Parker energy amped up to 10 and in that teen hemisphere, and it's for that reason going into the show that I came in knowing it wasn't probably going to be geared specifically towards someone my age, but I'm getting a lot of fun and enjoyment out of it just off this opening episode. It didn't even feel like the other MCU properties where it's the first part of something else. This felt like a complete episode. You get to see her make that costume, discover more about herself, more about her friends, her family, and make a lot of mistakes along the way, and have one of the most dangerous power reveals we've seen within the MCU. And though it didn't lead to any deaths, it was a very near thing. To top off the stylization and charm, there's an absolutely phenomenal soundtrack accompanied by really great performances, both in the comedic and thematic elements of the story. Those moments where you're laughing, those jokes land, and those moments where the family's breaking apart, you really feel the stress. Despite not knowing anything about these characters before the episode started, the attachment is real, and I think it's the strongest debut episode from any of these MCU properties so far. It doesn't just make you want to come back for the sake of more intrigue and attachment to this character, it's a complete episode. Feels like something out of an early 90s sitcom but made for modern day, and I can't wait to get more of it, especially with this after credit tease that ties it to everything else in the MCU. And all of those ties are laid throughout. There's some stuff about Ant-Man, some stuff about Hulk. The whole Avengers Con scene obviously has a lot of ties to the MCU, but that after credit scene, make sure to stick around for it. Have you guys seen Miss Marvel's Cosmic first episode? Let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. We'll see you guys next time. Ben and Bev out.